Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the FrannyDoMakes podcast here on my channel. This, as I said, episode 6, crazy. This is my little corner where I talk about all the things that I have made and crafted in the last couple of weeks. So primarily knitting at the moment, but I do some sewing and some crochet and a bit of cross stitch and a bit of whatever you fancy. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Everyone's welcome. Please feel free to comment, like, have a chat, whatever you like, and welcome again to any returning viewers. Here we are again. I'm a little bit early this week. Well, I'm recording it a little bit early. I'm recording this on a Sunday. We are halfway through our Easter holidays here in Leeds, and my husband, Mr. B, has taken my little girl Minnie to the cinema. So I am taking the opportunity to have a little chat with you and to do a bit of yarny chattery. I don't know what that is, just made it up. So yes, welcome. You can find me on Instagram at FrannyDoMakes and also on Ravelry at FrannyDoMakes, and all show notes and details of the projects that I mentioned today and any of the products that I've bought and things will all be on the show notes that will be linked down below at the website at frannydo.co.uk. It's been a couple of weeks, as I said. I've got this week I've got 2 finished objects, but one of them's a bit of a silliness. I've got some works in progress, some acquisitions, a little bit of happy mail, I suppose we can call it, some plans going forward for the rest of the month, and some ideas for some future projects as well. So let's settle down. I've got my cup of tea. Today I have a cup of Totally Nutty. That is a tea from Bird and Blend. It's in my silver spot ceramics. Beautiful. So that's what I'm drinking. Here on the wall today we have, sorry about the state of it, it does normally look a little bit better than this, but it's not been blocked for a while, so it's got a bit scrunched up. But this is my Parasol shawl, sort of a shawlette. It was a one scheme project. It was the first thing I really knit for myself and when I started knitting again, so it has seen some action. I do wear it quite a lot. It's good for, it's nice and light for in the warmer sort of springtime months. So this is the Parasol shawl by JANINA KALLIO, I think it is. I'll write it down here. And it's using some Fibre Fox yarn, and the colourway was, or is, Rainbow Splatter, but I don't believe that she dyes that colourway anymore. But it's just on like a grey base and there's lots of rainbow splatters on it, so aptly named. And I knit that on a 4mm needle because I checked before I put it up. So my main finished object is a pair of socks. This is a new cast on as well. I cast this on about a week ago and got it finished really quick because literally I think it practically knit itself. So these are my Cold Brew socks. Woo, woo. Cold Brew socks. They are a pattern by Alison from Lofty Loops, so that's at Lofty Loops on Instagram. It is I don't think it's necessarily made for self-striping, but I use self-striping yarn to knit mine, but I've seen some great ones done with scraps and things, which I might do because I've got a fair few fairly solid leftovers from my advent, which I might use to make another pair of socks. Maybe I'll make some for my sister. She's lucky enough to get those. So these are using the self-striping club colourway from BUMBLING yarns. There. This is, it was a February club, self-striping club for February 2022 called What About Mirabel. It's a Disney inspired club, so these are obviously inspired by Encanto. There's a little, I think it's just in the, something that got away in the yarn there, but That's what you get with hand dyed. It's still beautiful. So yeah, it was a 70-gram sock set with the striping as the main colour, and the contrast colour was a mini of 50 grams. I again did mine toe up. So I cast on 12 wraps of both needles, which is a 24 stitch starting cast on, and then I increased to 64 stitches in total. Knit one row, changed to the main colour, and then did the pattern. So there they are. Honestly, it's a lovely pattern. It's a paid for pattern, but it's only, I think, a couple of pounds. If you've got any self-striping yarn out there, it's a brilliant pattern to use. Look at it. Yeah, so I really enjoyed those. So I knit toe up, I did a fish lips kiss heel as I usually do, and I did 2x2 rib. In the pattern it's got quite a long rib section. I think it's about 25 rows, but I didn't want that. I don't like a really long cuff on my heels, so I did 13 rows, which I think is plenty. It's quite a nice ratio with the heel there. And I did an elastic bind off. And there they are. They've literally just finished drying, so they're all done. So yes, I would highly recommend those. That's the Cold Brew socks by Lofty Loops. Take those out so they don't get stretched. I'm thinking I might need to get a smaller blockers, because I think I try them on when my socks on when I'm making them, and I know the blocking stretches them out, but I think it stretches them out a little bit too much. So I might get a smaller, because these are like to fit up to a 6'7" maybe, and I'm a 5. I think they're like a 5 to a 7, so they probably are a bit too big for what I need them for. So yeah, I might get some new ones. I've seen some nice ones on Etsy that I quite fancy, so I might get those. So that is that. The second finished object is something I made for my daughter. Not for her, but for one of her teddies. She has her favourite teddy, which is called Baby Panda. It's a very small panda. And previously she's had a little waistcoat made, a little sort of gilet that I crocheted for her in about 5 minutes. And she's been nagging me to make her a little dress. So she's taken said panda to the cinema with her, so I can't show you. She's obviously wearing the dress. But it was made in Patterns Fab, I think it's called Fab DK. It's like a variegated. I'll put a picture in here of her. I can't tell you what I did. I just cast on. I knit like the top bit straight, put some holes in it for the arms, and then I joined it together and put a few increases in to make a skirt and did a bit of garter at the bottom. It's not a pattern, I just winged it. But there you go, I did finish that. It took me about half an hour. So there, my finished objects. So, into works in progress. I am still working on these vanilla seed socks. I have finished one, so I will put that on the blocker and you can see it. So these are using the got a rough bit on my blocker. The October colourway from the Lockwood Fibres. Lockwood Fibres Mystery Yarn Club. This was the October colourway. I'm actually really liking how that's come out. I've still got my stitch markers on there. So yeah, as I said, it was going to be a vanilla sock, and then something went wrong and it all got a bit small. And so I cast it on again with 64 stitches, and basically on one of the needles I knit 4, then I did a purl, then I did 7 stitches of seed stitch there, then another purl, and then I knit the rest of the way around. But they're looking quite nice. I'm quite pleased with them now that I've got them done. But you know, when you get that project that sort of causes you a bit of irritant, and then you're sort of like, you can't be bothered doing it. So I think that's why I cast on those other socks, but they got done really quickly. But now I've finished one, then I'll be able to carry on, I think, get going with the next one. But I'm really pleased with that. It looks quite nice, the seed stitch. Yeah. Sorry, I keep looking in the viewfinder. So there they are. That's one done. So that's a half finished object. A little hoe. Oops, sorry. So that's living in my beaker bag from AMELIAXJOY, who is on Etsy. Comes with a strap and a drawstring, and it's got just a little stitch marker on there. So I am not very far on with the second one. This is a little, I don't know whether this stitch marker came with the yarn. I think it did. So that was from Lockwood Fibres as well. It's very nice, very pretty. Can't see it there. Like a little jewel. Lovely. So yeah, they're cast on, they're ready to go. I will get them finished, I promise. I promise I will finish them by the next episode. I hope. So that's those. I also have another pair of socks on the go. I didn't mean to cast these on, but it's Easter and I had this sweet eggs colourway from Noodle Soup. And it is the colours of the cream egg, which is a sweet here in the UK. If I have any international viewers, I don't know if I do. But it's like a chocolate egg with like a sweet fondant-y, not fondant like you cover over a cake. It's like soft. It's the sweetest thing that you've ever eaten. But this is the colour of the packaging. Which literally just looks like you've scrunched up a load of cream eggs. I was going to do a pattern on it, but it just got lost, so I'm just doing a vanilla. I might even do it a little shorty, because I've got a full 100 gram and I might make my sister a pair that match. She's getting a lot going ahead, hasn't she? So they're living in my fizzy pop bag from... It's the pyramid bag from the little grey girl. There is her, get my face out of the way, her label. Can you see that? Nope, there you go. There again on 2.5s. Let me check my thing. 2.5. So the yarn from Noodle Soup is in the sparkle. On the shimmer base, sorry, so it's got some sparkle. I think you can just see that on the screen. And I'm using an orange, I think this might be from SELENE. I'd already wound it into a ball, so I don't know. I think it was. It's just an orange. But I thought it went quite nicely with the colours there. It's a yolky kind of colour for an egg. So yeah, so I've cast that on as a 60 stitch sock on 2.5mm. So that's merino nylon and stellina for the sparkle. And they're a nice little TV knitting kind of project. Okay. So my next work in progress is some more progress on the Adventuresome wrap by Amber O'Brien. This is my Advent project for this year. As I said before, I'm not rushing to finish it, I'm taking my time with it, but I have had some progress on it. So here we are. So last time I was there where the stitch marker is, so I've done two and 3/4 colours basically. So I'm going to be next on to colour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, on to colour 8. So my next colour is, see that one? Is this one, which is like a sort of corally pink. So we're going from the orange into the pinks now. This one is called did I say number 8? Watermelon Cooler. That one. So we've done, we've done pineapple squeeze, toucan bill, spectacular sunset. Those two are quite similar. I think there's slightly more yellow in this one than there is in this one. But I'm really enjoying it. I think because I'm not rushing to finish it within Advent, it's going quite nicely. So yeah, that's that. Powering away. So I'll get a few more colours done on that by the next time. And I have one more work in progress. So I'm looking at, I've got my book over there with what I'm making. So this is the College Days Slipover, which is the drops pattern. I am using Drops Air in the colour number 3. Was it pale grey or something? Anyway, so I have started, I have done the ribbon in a 4.5 needle and now I'm onto a 5. I was slightly off with the gauge, but more stitches rather than less, so it's going to be smaller rather than, and I think it's quite oversized, it feels quite big. But it's looking really nice. I'm liking the look of the fabric. It's so soft. I don't think I would wear it next to skin. It's still a bit, it's those fibres, they're just too itchy for me. But I think because it's going to be an over the top garment, it should be okay. But the yarn's lovely. It's so light, it's going to be really nice to wear because it will be so light. So for an Aran weight yarn, it's very breathable, I would say, and I don't think you'll be able to tell that you've even got it on. So if you were going to make, if you wanted like a, but I bet it keeps you warm because it's a blown yarn. I don't know if you can see that. If I move out of the way. No, that's not working at all. You see that a little bit? No, anyway, it's a blown fibre yarn, so it's like a mesh and then they've blown the fibres through, so it's nice, it's strong, and it does feel lovely. So yeah, I bought it as a trial to try out the yarn, and I thought I can make this, and then if it is itchy, it's not going to be next to my face, is it? Ooh, so that does feel itchy. Oh, bless her, my mother-in-law once for Christmas bought me a lamb's wool polo neck jumper. I think I wore it once, just on the day that I saw her, and then I couldn't wear it again. Oh my god, it was so hot and so high on your neck. It was like being in a prison of itch. Oh, it was awful. Never again. But someone got a lovely present in the charity bag. So there you go. Oh, and that's in my beautiful Hide and Hammer number 3 that I got for my birthday. It's just the right size for this. It's getting a bit of fluff all over it, but it's lovely. And I can keep my yarn, stays in the bag as I knit. It's lovely. That's with the... Love it. Love it. And the colour's gorgeous. So, that is all of my works in progress. So I've got quite a lot on at the moment, and I feel like I'm going to be casting on some more. I've got a bit of a bit of an itch for making things at the moment. You ever get like that? Like sometimes you can't be bothered doing anything, and then other times you've like you can't stop casting things on. Oh, did I say? No, I didn't. I wanted to share this because I've not shared it last time. My little ducky mark on my cream eggs, that's by Woolly Fawn. I've got this and a little toadstool, and they're really nice. Although my toadstool broke this week, and then my little girl tried to pinch it. But I managed to screw it back in, so it's alright now. I must have just sat on it and yanked, you know. There we go. So that's all the works in progress. Right, so on to, I have had some acquisitions over the last couple of weeks. What have I bought? Oh, first of all, there had been the East Anglia Yarn Festival last week, the week before, and Noodle Soup Yarns had come back with some stock and was, I think, trying to clear the shelves before she started dying again. So she had like a lucky dip, and I'm all for a mystery yarn. So you could put in, just say how much, what weight that you wanted, and then she would pack you up a box of either with minis or with full skeins. So I put in 200 grams, and I got these two absolute beauties from her. So to start, this one, you can see it sparkling like crazy. How gorgeous is that? So this is her Nymph colourway on the sparkle sock. I would say the sparkle is more shiny than the shimmer, which was the cream egg socks. That's a shimmer rather than a sparkle. So that one is SELENE, and this is Lorex that makes this shimmer. So these are definitely more sparkly. So this is Nymph. It is on the sparkle sock yarn, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% Lorex. It's 400 meters or 467 yards, and it's gorgeous. So that's Noodle Soup yarn. That's good for the soul. And I must say, I was feeling a bit fed up this week, you know, with, I mean, there's nothing but bad news on at the moment, is there? I mean, I try not to talk about things like that because this is a bit of an escape, isn't it, for all of us? You know, the FIBRES of nice yarn and fun projects, but you know, thoughts are with everybody that's experiencing tough times. Anyway, like I said, I've been having a bit of a fed up week, and these really picked me up. So it is definitely good for the soul. So this second one is on the Nep sock. So you can see it's got, can you see the little Donegal, that's better, Neps in the yarn. So this is 85% superwash merino and 15% Donegal Nep. Again, 400 meters at 100 grams, and this colourway is Pixie Sticks. Gorgeous again. So I seem to be accumulating a lot of single skeins of sock weight yarn. Oh, but it's so pretty. I can't help myself. I need to stop buying individual things and start buying, you know, more sweater quantity things. Otherwise I'm just going to end up just making socks and shawls and things. But I have paired up some minis. I think these are leftovers from my FibreFox 2020 advent. So I thought that one would go really nice with that one. And this one would go really nice with this one. And I know I had my, what's it called? Magpie fibres down to make with something else later on in the year. But there's no hard and fast rules. There's no cast on police, is there? Is there? I hope there isn't, else I'll be getting locked up. But I thought maybe I could make a Magpie Tendencies out of these. I saw Hannah over at the Corner of Craft had knit up a really quick one to take to the yarn festival in East Anglia, and I thought, oh, maybe that would be nice, because I like a little tea. I do run a bit hot, so a big jumper is kind of a bit too much for me sometimes. I thought they'd, oh, isn't that nice? Love it. So that's those. I also bought a Zashiko set from a company called Restoration London. I'll put a picture of the box that I got here. Basically, I spoke about this, I've got these jeans that I needed to patch up. So I basically wanted it for the needle and the thread that came was only embroidery floss, but I have a big ball of, hang on, not a big ball, just a ball of crochet cotton. I was going to make some doilies, I never did. So I've got this, I don't think I'm ever going to make the doilies. I only bought it because the pattern that I had, it was my grandma's pattern, my nana's pattern, and it was all old and papery, and I thought, oh, it'd be nice to make something from that. Anyway, at least I am using it. So I patched up the knees of my jeans, which I'm really liking. I'm pleased with them. For a first go, they're not the neatest of things, and there's a bit more here. This is not so good, that was my first go. But yeah, they definitely feel more hard wearing. I don't like the coldness of my knees when there's a hole in my jeans, so yes, means I will wear them a bit more. So that was from Restoration London. But it had some good little a little information booklet inside to, you know, give you some tips on how to do the Zashiko mending, and some pictures of the different types of styles of Japanese embroidery and things. So I don't know if I kept the leaflet. I tried to tidy up, and you know when you tidy up and then you can't find anything, I've done that. I also got some stitch markers from Yarnistry. Where have I put those? Hang on. Honestly, I couldn't see for looking, they were only up there. So yes, from Yarnistry. So the first one is her club one for the month. Oh, if you've not seen it, look away. It's like a Middle English swear word. Quaint. That's how you say it. Oh, I've put away the box. It did say what it meant. Anyway, I'm sure you can Google it. Q-U-E-Y-N-T-E. If I will put the meaning here if you like. And the others, I got just some of her directional ones. So I've got make one right, make one left, knit two together, slip, slip, knit. Because I don't know about you, but I always forget which way one goes and which one the others. So they're from Yarnistry. Which I really like. Oh, okay. Also, if you remember, I made my, got them on today, my Bloom and Grow socks as part of the Spring Equisocks knit along, and I was lucky enough to win a prize. I should have put on a lottery ticket. I didn't. So I've been told that I will be getting a skein of yarn to add to the collection, which is exciting. And also I got a couple of patterns from HOMEBODY Diaries. I got 2 patterns for socks. One was Be the Light socks, and the second was Come Little Leaves socks. And I think you'll agree they're both really pretty. And I do have somewhere some solid yarns. So these are just oh god, that's all falling to bits. What do you call it? They're not hand dyed. Commercial yarns. This is some Soxier, Peridot, and some Cascade Heritage, which actually feels really nice. And this is in the colour (5642). Nice. These are not new. I didn't buy these. These have been in. They're in the stash. I'm gonna put it in. But I think they'll work quite nice for those 2 patterns. So that is all my bits and bobs for this week. So, this fortnight. Plans for the next few weeks. I want to finish all the socks I've got on the needles at the moment. I want to finish that slip over. I also want to cast on my Le Pouf. I showed you the yarn last episode, sorry. Which is from Pixie Yarns and is a fade. A blue fade. So I've caked that all up, ready to start. So hopefully when I finish well, at least one of the projects, I'll be able to cast that one on. But I need to finish something else first. And as I said, I've got all these single skein balls of yarn. Like I've got another lot of sparkle by Noodle Soup. And you know when you think it's just too pretty to wear on your feet, and it's 100 grams, and I don't need 100 grams for a pair of socks, I only need half of that. So I've got at least half of it to play with, and then it just ends up sitting in like the stash in the spares kind of thing. So I've been looking at a few patterns, and I've made a little bundle in my Ravelry. So if anyone is friends with me, you can see it in there. It's called One Skein Wonders. But the ones that I like the most, the first one I've seen is called Close to You. It's like a little shawl. I saw what's her name? Is it Angela? Andrea? I know it's an A. Mousy's Makes on YouTube. She just made one and it looked gorgeous. It was in a lovely blue sort of silk yarn. I'll put a picture up here of the pattern. So I think that one looks really nice to make from a single skein. And is it skein or skein? I always felt like I'm saying it wrong. Maybe it's an American English thing. I don't know. I also really like the Paris in Berlin cowl. That's by Joji Locatelli. So it looks like a shawl, like a triangular shawl, but it's all together. That looks nice. So that might work for one of the skeins. And the lightweight hipster I've had in mind to make one of at some point. So that's another good single skeiner, and the last one is one that I had in a crochet magazine, but you can buy it on Ravelry. It's a crochet shawl. It's one of those that where they give you like the hook size and the yardage, or the hook size, or what have you, and you can make it for any weight of yarn. So you could make it in fingering, or you could make it in DK or Aran, or whatever you like. I think chunky would be very small, but that's just a simple little throw on thing, which might be nice to do a bit of crochet, because I haven't done that for a while. So if anyone else has any other pattern ideas for a single skein of yarn, if you've got any garments maybe that only take one. I know there's the ranunculus, and I keep thinking I should do, you know, everyone seems to have done a ranunculus, but I think it's a bit fussy, it's a bit lacy for me. I'm more of a plain kind of, I don't like anything too frilly and fussy, do you know what I mean? So, but if you have any other ideas, sorry, just have a notification, any other ideas, then please give me a comment, give me some ideas. If you've got anything else that you would like to see, let me know. I'm going to do a bit of a tidy up of the craft room today. So if you would like a tour of the craft room or a tour of the stash, it's not massive by any means, but somebody did leave a comment saying that they wouldn't mind seeing the stash, which I'm happy to do. I mean, you've seen most of it anyway because I'm holding it up all the time. But yes, if you want to see anything like that, then let me know. I'm happy to do it. Yeah. So, nice to see you all. Have a lovely couple of weeks for the next 2 weeks. I should be back to posting, well, I'll probably post this on the same Monday or Tuesday anyway, so leave me a comment, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see another one, and stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon. Lots of love. Bye bye.